Welcome to one of the biggest Dragon Ball Z what ifs of all time. Welcome to Gohan. Alright, so Gohan slacked on his training during his 7 years. Gohan is one of the best characters in the Dragon Ball series, but this is one of the biggest what ifs of all time. What if Gohan never slacked on his training and actually kept training? But it was you have to kind of blame on Chi-Chi about that, because Chi-Chi really wanted to focus on Gohan becoming a scholar, but you know, because that was his dream to become. This is not the first time that Gohan actually experienced not training during the 4 year. It was actually during also the 4-year time skip between the Buu saga, after the Buu saga and the Battle of Gods. It was after the Buu saga and then Goku and Beerus fighting each other. Enough with the morning announcements, let's get to the video. Okay, so Gohan slacked on his training. We're gonna reverse the script, basically, that he's gonna still be doing his scholar things and still work on his academics and education for sure, because it's very important, but he's still gonna be training at the same time, like have a daily training working on the mind, the body, because you know, being a Saiyan and being a martial artist and fighter and just in general, it's also a mental game too. Since Gohan has the highest potential out of every single Saiyan in the Saiyan, because he's half Saiyan, half Earthling, mostly Saiyan, you could say, but it's like a balance basically. Alright, so Gohan basically would be 2 times stronger than he was. The minimum was to be 2 times stronger than he was when he was fighting against Cell. The minimum. So he'd be like between okay, the power level of around, we'll say 6 million to about 10 million. Now he'd be a stronger high schooler, so he's still gonna go to high school. Gohan's power and control changes over time, because you know, Goku and Vegeta will be able to surpass Gohan when they're Super Saiyan 2, but it's only a few times. But Gohan would be still stronger, not base form and as Super Saiyan 2. It would make him as a stronger fighter. Now let's continue with a few things. Now we're gonna start with the Buu saga. He's still gonna meet Videl, and he's gonna still become the Great Saiyan Man. The world tournament's still gonna happen, because he's still gonna be baited into joining in the world tournament, where else Videl is gonna tell everyone that Gohan is the Great Saiyan Man. Spudovich and Yamu are basically minions, henchmen minions of Babidi. So Spudovich has to fight Videl, and Videl gets the beating of her life. That's still going to happen. We're gonna make it that. Now Kibido and Supreme Kai come and join the world tournament, and they need to ask a question to the Z fighters. Now Kibido and Gohan have to fight each other, so to power up to Super Saiyan 2, because to see how much he is, and that would make him as strong as he'll be 2 to 4 times stronger than he was against Cell. So it would become very strong. He'll be stronger than Goku and Vegeta. Supreme Kai stops Gohan from powering up, and because Spudovich and Yamu are trying to come from behind to collect enough energy from Gohan, so then they can revive a specific foe. We're gonna talk about that in about a minute. And it was kind of late, and Spudovich and Yamu, they collect enough energy from Gohan, and they fly away. So then Supreme Kai and everyone else, they decide to go follow them, and they find Babidi's ship, and they are trying to revive a specific person, Majin Buu, it's able to revive Majin Buu. So then the 3 Saiyans, Gohan, Vegeta, and Goku, they decide to get onto the ship to find out what is going on and try to stop them from reviving Majin Buu. And they're trying to revive Majin Buu, and Majin Buu has been revived. Deborah gets turned to a cookie, so Deborah dies. The Saiyans have to fight Majin Buu. Vegeta hasn't got, like, you remember he had that M on his, like basically that M symbol stamped on his head, like the Majin that he got. But no, Goku and Vegeta haven't fought yet, and we'll get to that in about. The Saiyans are going to fight Majin Buu, and then through the fight, that Gohan and Goku are just, and they all turn to Super Saiyan 2. The 3 Saiyans turn to Super Saiyan 2, and they try to beat Majin Buu together. It may seem ridiculous, but still it's gonna get the job done. But Vegeta kind of gets overmatched because he doesn't have the Majin on his forehead, so he steps away.
Stop the cap!
Goku turns Super Saiyan 3. Goku goes Super Saiyan 3 and takes care of Buu with Gohan. And so Majin Buu was dead. So basically the Buu saga ended that way. And it's ridiculous, we know. After they beat Buu, They all talk and all stuff like that. Supreme Kai was wondering to ask about if he wants to train Gohan in the land of Kais. And remember, Goku died and sacrificed himself against Cell. So the thing about this is that he is still technically dead because he still has that. He had a 24-hour, and Gohan wanted to take the offer and says yes. So Goku has to go back to so Supreme Kai takes Gohan to the land of Kais, and then we're just left with Goku and Vegeta. Goku was asked Vegeta if they would he'll be okay if they don't fight, and Vegeta was actually had a really surprising answer and said that it would be unfair now, because since you can turn Super Saiyan 3. So then Goku and Vegeta, in conclusion, Goku and Vegeta do not fight each other, which is something that a lot of people are going to be very upset about. You can dislike the video if you wanted to. Now we'll continue. Okay, so now we get to the land of Kais. Okay, so basically we're back at the land of Kais. They get transported to the land of Kais. So then Supreme Kai and Gohan are about to do their training, but before they started, Elder Kai gets summoned, which is basically 9 generations. It's the Supreme Kai 9 generations past, and unleashes Gohan's hidden power, because he has the ability to unleash Gohan's hidden power that could be unlocked. And then that's really the Buu saga. I'm serious. Like, Ultimate Gohan gets unleashed, Elder Kai gets summoned, and he just unleashes Ultimate Gohan, and they start training daily. And he's gonna have to miss some time with school, but it's for the good of it, to save the universe. And that's really the first part of the story. There's a few more parts of the story. 4 years has passed. We're now in Dragon Ball Super. We're now at the start of the Battle of Gods. We're basically at the first saga of Dragon Ball Super. So 4 years has passed. Gohan is still on Earth, and Goku is in heaven, where he's still now Goku was in heaven, and then he came back. He got brought back with the Dragon Balls. So now he was training on King Kai's planet. So meanwhile, let's go to Beerus's planet for a second. So we're introducing Beerus and Whis to the story. So Beerus is a god of destruction. He's a destroyer, basically. He destroys planets. He's basically the reason why He's actually the reason why Frieza actually blew up planet Vegeta. Like, I'm serious. Like, Beerus's fear is the Super Saiyan God. So they go on Earth and try to find it, because when he found out that Goku beat Frieza and beat Majin Buu, so they're gonna head to Earth and stuff like that. Beerus goes to King Kai's planet, so then Goku tries to fight Beerus and still loses. We're still making it where he lost, because he turned Super Saiyan 3 and he doesn't have the Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue or Ultra Instinct or Kaioken times 20, stuff like that. He's gonna go transfer to Earth instead, and Gohan is actually on Earth still with Bulma's birthday party. It's Bulma's birthday, and everyone came together to celebrate on a cruise ship, like one of those Disney ships, we call it. But then a big thing happened. They thought it was a villain, but it was just Beerus the Destroyer and Whis, and they were about to actually blow up the planet, but no, they decided to do something else. They convinced them to basically eat everything that would happen, all the delicacies. So then Gohan is still going to be using his ultimate power, because, you know, it is what it is. And they're still in a discussion who will become the Super Saiyan God. Would it be Goku or Gohan? It's not going to be Vegeta, but it's going to be Goku or Gohan. But so they're going to decide on getting with Goku instead, because it's better that way, because, you know, for a pure-blooded Saiyan, it should be Goku instead of Gohan, because Gohan's just a half Saiyan. So then after that happens, Goku settles the score with Beerus, but they never finished their fight, and that they got convinced that he will not destroy the Earth. So now we get to the next part of this part. Goku and Vegeta basically go to Beerus's plan to train with Whis to attain much more power and try to get stronger and much better as a fighter. We get to the next part. Frieza gets resurrected. We go to now Dragon Ball Super Resurrection F. And then Frieza decides to go train, because he found out that Goku beat Majin Buu, so he decides to train for the first time in his life. We're gonna get to that. What if Frieza started training earlier, and instead of like during Super, like that could have been a much better but it is what it is. All the Z fighters come together to fight everyone, and it just became a fail. So then it now goes down to Gohan and Frieza fighting each other. So Goku and Vegeta are still on Beerus' planet, and they're not even alerted of. So Gohan and Frieza are fighting each other. Frieza still becomes his let's call it Golden Frieza, and Gohan would actually be able to beat Frieza.
Cap.
So Gohan would be able to turn Ultimate, and Frieza becomes Golden Frieza, so they're about to fight each other. Gohan would be able to take care of Frieza, so they kill Frieza, and he's done for. So now we get to the third part. We get to the Future Trunks saga. Goku Black, a new foe, who is not from the present, it's actually from Trunks' timeline, which is actually the real timeline. It's actually brutal, it's actually very hard to admit, but Trunks' timeline is the actual Dragon Ball Z timeline, the original actually. Future Trunks comes to the past, mistakes Goku as his foe, Goku Black. So then Gohan is still on Earth, and they're about to fight Goku Black, and Goku Black is still back in the future. It's still in the future, but then in a few seconds, Goku Black basically comes to the present and just kind of just toys with them, and then stuff like that. And so now we get to Trunks and Gohan. Future Trunks and Gohan, they go on training at the land of Kai's. We're gonna make it where Trunks and Gohan are gonna be training at the land of Kai's. So they're gonna still go training to be a little bit prepared, because the time machine is broken. So Bulma is gonna take about a few days to fix it. So in the meantime, Trunks and Gohan have to go training at the land of Kai's. Gohan is actually wondering if Trunks' power should be unlocked. So it's basically Ultimate Gohan. So the problem is that Trunks will become Ultimate Trunks, so Super Saiyan Rage will never happen. I'm sorry, it should. It's a really interesting form, but it's an interesting transformation, but we're gonna make it where it's not gonna ever happen. But let's get back to this. So then Gohan and Trunks go back to Earth, and they go back to Capsule Corp. They ask Bulma, is the time machine ready? Well, the thing is, the time machine is ready, but it's gonna take another day because they need one specific more piece, and then the time machine will be done. So in the meantime, Gohan and Trunks, they decide to go to Dende, which is like up at the lookout, to go to the hyperbolic time chamber to start training. But the thing is that Trunks realized that he cannot go there but there was change of rules so then Gohan and Trunks are able to train with another year, which is like 1 day outside is 1 year in the hyperbolic time chamber. They start to perfect their powers. So then their 1 year is up, and they go back to and they get out of the hyperbolic time chamber, and then they go back to Capsule Corp, and the time machine is finished. It's actually Cell's time machine that happened. So then that should probably be able to help with Goku Black and any other foes that come. So then they're about to go back in time, but the problem is Goku and Vegeta will not go, because we're gonna make it where they're not gonna go, and Gohan and Trunks should be enough to do it. So now Trunks will be fighting we're gonna make it where Trunks is gonna be fighting Goku Black first, and it's gonna be, and they're about the same level. We're gonna say that because they are about the same level. So then the fight begins, and Goku Black and then has actually the huge advantage, and then Goku Black finally turns to his Super Saiyan Rose form. So then it becomes a little more closer, but Trunks still has the advantage because he has ultimate power, and they have the advantage. And then Gohan starts fighting, and then he gets down and stuff like that. So then Trunks tries to finish Black with a finishing move, which is one of his father Vegeta's finishing move, Final Flash. So he does Final Flash, and I probably should do the trick. Oh no, so basically what happens is that Trunks is fighting, but then what happens is that another foe comes right next to Goku Black, and it's instead Zamasu. We have instead Zamasu. So, and we just realized and realizing that in the present, no one knows who Zamasu is, so they don't know anything about Zamasu just yet. So Zamasu is invincible and stuff like that, and he's good, and he's invincible, he's immortal, and he's indestructible, we can say. So Supreme Kai comes from the present to the future, and actually comes. And they thought that he has a sensu beans, but no, they forgot the sensu beans, because that's the thing. Because before they left, they forgot the sensu beans, and Zamasu is still going to be immortal. So basically what Gohan's going to do is that he's going to ask Supreme Kai to teleport Gohan, to teleport them to Master Roshi's place, the Kame house, for one specific favor. So then they're about to do that. So Gohan does a specific move that he never did in the anime, the solar flare, the main techniques, and they grab Trunks and they teleport to Master Roshi's place. They want to ask about one specific move, not the Kamehameha. He wants to ask Master Roshi about the evil containment jar, one of the moves that King Piccolo had to experience, and also in the anime that Zamasu got. So they're gonna ask about the evil containment jar, and then they go back to, and they learn the technique within 2 days, and then within a day, and then they go back to the battle. They get transported back to, and so then they try doing the technique. Gohan traps Zamasu in the jar, and then Trunks uses his final flash attacks to kill Black. So Goku Black is dead, and Zamasu has been trapped in the jar forever. So then Trunks and Gohan they defeat Goku Black and Zamasu. They're finally dead. Gohan and Supreme Kai go back to their timeline, back to the present, to talk about things. And then everything seems to go normal. Beerus finds out about this person named Zamasu. So they're gonna go and find Gowasu and Zamasu and just erases Zamasu out of existence. Because so now we move on to the last part, and this last part is gonna be very, very short. The Tournament of Power, we're gonna make it where it's still gonna happen, but what's really to talk about? There's not really much to really talk about. It's really like it's still gonna be Universe 7 winning. Jiren is going to still be the last person surviving. It's still gonna take Goku to use Ultra Instinct, mastered Ultra Instinct, and Gohan this time will be stronger. That's gonna do for the video. This is what if Gohan never stopped training. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this on a consistent basis. Also comment down below what Dragon Ball Z what ifs we should do next. As always, go catch a vibe, enjoy your life, and I'm out.